November 2015. In historic Shaw neighborhood, in the heart of DC, a small crowd gathers. Amidst the bustle of metropolitan life, one street block has transformed into a vibrant place of public expression. A once intimate space has been opened up to the world. Its name? The DC Alley Museum, centered in Blagden Alley, Northwest.
It started as a kind of way to memorialize and kind of preserve the culture of that alley. And it was started by Bill Warrell, who's a longtime DC artist and kind of arts curator, and he and Lisa Marie Thalhammer, who's another artist, and they kind of collaborated as they saw the Blagden Alley changing, where Bill Warrell had lived for over a decade. They wanted to find a way to leave their kind of print on Blagden Alley. There's a series of murals that both Lisa Marie and Bill and a bunch of others have painted there, and it's kind of like a living museum that you can, it's outdoor and anyone can go and check out, and it kind of captures the history of the culture of that alley.
We're sitting in the now infamous Blagden Alley of Washington, D.C., where myself and Lisa Marie and Roseal Brown and a few other artists all gathered 2 years back and decided we were going to make a museum out of a city alley that needed a little more attention.
So I'm the artist behind this love painting, and the piece spells out the word love, L-O-V-E, on 4 different garage doors in a 13-color spectrum. So I created this piece, the love painting, and then also the meditation piece in the alley too, which is sort of Rosie the Riveter meets meditation.
In the age of 1960s suburban flight, Blagden Alley, previously an urban tenement block, became largely abandoned and ridden with crime. In the 90s, it emerged once more as a new home to the underground art scene. With the low renting costs of the neighborhood, artists were able to open studios and galleries in the buildings of the alley. After a few years, however, the economic climate shifted across the nation. A huge investment boom fueled the rise of gentrification in urban areas, and Blagden Alley was no exception. Bill Warrell was among the group of artists and creators that were priced out and forced to leave. To leave one last mark on an alley he called home, Bill secured funding from the DC Arts Commission and teamed up with local artists Lisa Marie Thalhammer and Roseal to create what has become the DC Alley Museum.
So we were here before a lot of the gentrification, and then I moved up here into Blagden Alley in 2003.
When I moved to DC, originally, I started coming to this alley and hanging out with different artists in the alley. There were painters and galleries and a lot of different activities and creative activities happening in the alley. And my friend Bill Warrell, who helped me, who we co-curated this project together, he lived in the alley. And so I was visiting really often and just started imagining what the alley would look like if we just started painting it and making paintings. We were making paintings inside, and we just got really excited about the idea of making paintings on the outside. So we applied to the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities for a public art building communities grant back in 2015, and we installed our first 5 murals here in the alley museum. And then 2 years later, we added an additional 5 murals, including this love piece, and now the alley is really a tourist attraction.
Rather than fight for every square inch, we decided we would leave our mark on the garage doors of the alley. And with our friends at the DC Arts Commission in 2015, we started this project. We've now gotten 2 grants from them and some funding from a number of individuals and neighbors and businesses that have grown.
So as artists, Bill and I are really trying to curate the works that come into this alley with a lot of intention and heart. we choose artists, we ask artists to paint murals who have a history with the alley, who are familiar with the neighborhood and with the community, versus just bringing in anyone to just put up anything. The art creation here is very intentional, and it's about, marking our place. This is a place for artists. This is a place where artists have been. This is a place where artists will continue to be. We really wanted to mark this alley as a place for artists. Artists are here. Artists have been here. Creative people are still going to be here. The demographics are changing a little bit, but that energy, that artistic and creative energy that has been here for decades is what has inspired this project in the first place, and what inspires it to continue to grow as well.
Today, as a result of the DC Alley Museum and the growing businesses surrounding it, thousands of visitors are attracted to the alley every week. They visit the businesses and, more importantly, interact with the art.
Like, when you make an artwork for the street, you never know what's going to happen. So it's always really interesting to see how people respond and react, and what the public really has to say about the works.
The thing about outdoor work is that weather takes it back. It's kind of wonderful. These pieces are like Buddhist sand mandalas. We put them up, we'll add a little fresh paint now and then. We'll make sure they don't look terrible, but they're going to disappear. They're not, this is a different kind of museum. It's a museum that's for everybody. I mean, we're super proud of the fact that you can touch the art. We're super proud of the fact that everybody's welcome to take pictures in front of it. And look at the place, filled with tourists taking pictures in front of these murals.
The alley is really on the map as a tourist attraction. People are from out of town are coming to visit. People hear about it. There are tours that come through the alley. So the public response to the DC Alley Museum project and to my Love mural has just been overwhelmingly amazing to see how many people are photographing it, taking their pictures with it, how many people are posting it on social media, and how it's really spread out through the entire globe that way.
I think they're particularly proud of the fact that as they keep adding, the place keeps building in its reputation and getting more and more people. I mean, the fun thing is it's open 24/7. You can drive through, you can walk through, you can bike through, you can scooter through, and there's no admission. And it's right downtown where all the subway lines cross, buses cross. So it's really kind of a special place.
I see my job as an artist is to, try to just bring more light, bring more joy, bring more creativity, bring strength to the people who are coming to visit this place, and just really create something that the people of Washington, D.C. can be proud of, that they can be happy about, to really just kind of